Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you for viewing the Champion Principles channel today. How is everybody doing? Hey, guys, I was giving you a quick, very quick message today. And today, we're supposed to be on holiday break. And, I've enjoyed my holiday break. And to be honest with you, sometimes I need something to do. I know a lot of people, you spend time with family, you sit around and watch TV, get your rest, you go work out. And I do all that as well. But at the same time, my brain is always moving and it's always working. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking about, next week. I'm thinking about 2 weeks from now. And to be honest with you, you still have to be prepared. And I think that's one of the most important things, is always trying to be prepared for the next situation, for the next opportunity, for the next project, the next idea. And I know a lot of people say, well, why are you doing work over the break? Why not? It's 24 hours in a day, guys. That's a long time. You can do a lot of things within 24 hours. So I just try to maximize my days. And, a lot of times I find myself just sitting there watching the TV all day long and not doing anything productive. And so, I'm the type of person that I believe in that's maximizing our time. It's not being a slave to the job. It's not, it's not about, okay, they're going to forget about you when you're gone. Probably will. But everything in life, you have to put forth effort and put forth your best effort to be successful. And I think that's what it's all about. I get people texting me all the time saying they want to be an assistant principal and a principal. And of course, they ask me for ideas. And, it's the same philosophy that I've always had. It's the same philosophy that I had when I was a teacher. I believed in being the best teacher that I can be. I believed in always being prepared. I didn't believe in winging it. I believe in being prepared for those students each and every single day, having everything planned out. Studying my clientele, studying my students, learning as much about them as possible, trying to figure out different ways that I can excite them, intrigue them, make them interested in what I'm teaching. I was a secondary teacher, so with me, I thought that was a lot easier, because I was a conversationalist. So I taught, but I was a conversationalist. So just finding things that my boys and girls were interested in, actually having real-time conversations with them. Whether if I'm teaching about war, I always related to something in their lives, in their communities, something that they really can feel and they really can understand. But when you're looking at being an administrator, many people what I've noticed is that people they like the idea of being one, but many people don't like the work. It's a lot of work and there's a lot of things that you have to put into with being an administrator. You're responsible and you're accountable for every single thing. And I think that's what a lot of people forget about, is that it's bigger than just walking around in your power suits and your power dresses and your heels and your nice Kohans or whatever. It's way bigger than that. And it's a job that requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of creativity. It requires you putting the right people around you. And it requires you being accountable and you're being held accountable and accepting responsibility for your organization. And I think that's what a lot of people, again, it's like, oh yeah, I want to be this, I want to be that. But as soon as you become it, are you going to put in the time and the effort and the work? And that's what I find to be very important. I think you always put that time in, always put the effort in. You have to do work when other people are going home, when they're at home sleeping, when everybody else clocking out at 3 o'clock. You still have to put that work in. Sometimes you have to get there early, to be prepared and put the work in. And sometimes over your break, you have to put the work in. You have to study your craft and always keep learning and learning. Learn about the things that you're not strong in. And we can't always expect somebody else to do it for you. They got videos out there now on YouTube. They got books that you can read. There's all types of things you can do. People who are not administrators yet, have a plan. What plan do you have in place so when you get your opportunity to have a school or to even be an assistant principal, what are the 3 things that you are going to focus on? Is it going to be academics? Is it going to be discipline? Is it reading? No, what is it? You should always have like 3 key points that you feel that you can bring to the organization. What are your 3 strengths? What are things that you want to be known for? And I know discipline is always an important one, but be known for more than just discipline. You have to bring something else to your organization, something else to your school. So, but think about those 3 points. What are your 3 main points that you want to bring to your organization? What can you be an expert in? What will you be known for? So be thinking about that. And, you know, write it out. Write it out. You know, I knew I was going to be the champion principal years ago. Somebody just asked me recently, where did you get that from? And, you know, I can remember when I was an assistant principal at Westlawn. This has been probably over like 9 years ago, I guess, back close to 8, 9 years ago. I went down to Destin, Florida, to the Nuts and Bolts conference, and I heard Rita Pearson. I heard her talking, and I think I told this story before, but when I was I was there listening to Rita Pearson talk, and she was talking about being a champion for the students and how students don't learn from people that they do not like. And she showed her video, and I was hooked ever since. That's what it was all about. It's really all about, yeah, it's all about being a master teacher, expert. It's about being a great administrator, but students don't learn from people they don't like. Yeah, they can respect you, but your boys and girls really need to like you, and you need to be able to connect with those boys and girls. And she kind of hit it home when she talked about being a champion, because that's like important. Many of us are not champions for our boys and girls. And it's sad because we know so much that they go through. We know they go through so much. And sometimes we still refuse to be a champion for our boys and girls. We still blame them for everything. We blame their parents for everything. Instead of us saying, hey, we're going to be the most important factor that changes a boy and girl life every day inside that schoolhouse. So that's what being a champion is all about. Me, my teachers, my staff, the community, giving our all for our boys and girls. I believe that's truly what it's all about, guys. So as you think about being this administrator, as you think about being a future educator, think about what can you bring to the organization? What are you going to be known for? I know many people are going to talk about data and all that type of stuff, but and that's all good and it's all important. But if you don't build that relationship, if you don't build that bond, if you do not connect with your boys and girls, knowing the data is going to be pointless. I've met a lot of people who are data experts and reading specialists, and they're still not successful. So it's bigger than that. It's bigger than just knowing the data, letting the data guide your instruction. Oh yeah, that's important. That's super important. But if you don't have a connection with your boys and girls, if you don't have a connection with your staff, it's all going to be pointless. I challenge you to show me a school that's being successful where relationships are not being built. I'm not talking about the schools that's got a school full of kids who just already come on grade level. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about challenging schools, Title I schools, schools with minorities. That's the work that I've done for all my career. So those are the schools I'm talking about. So yeah, you need to guide your data. Yeah, you need to let that data guide your instruction, but you got to build those relationships. You have to have a good understanding of your boys and girls. You have to understand that boys and girls learn differently. We have to get to the point where we know that our boys learn differently than our girls. So we have to teach them differently. You know, we have to figure out how to use different strategies and different intervention to reach our boys and girls, and stop just laying the hammer down on them. You know, we want them to learn. The purpose is learning. The purpose is not just testing and saying, hey, you failed the test and that's it. You didn't turn your homework, that's it. No, we're missing the whole purpose of education. That's not the purpose of education, guys. So I encourage my future principals, and you know, when I look at it too, I know somebody's out there saying, well, what makes you such an expert? Well, I've shown longevity in every career, every job, and most careers that I've had. As a teacher, you know, 9 years. Assistant principal, 4 years at the same school. As a principal, 6 years at the same school. So, I mean, I got a few things I can share with you guys. So think about those things today, and I hope they was helpful for you. Again, happy holidays and good luck to you. Thank you.